wear our masks.
But the masks don't make any difference. It's theatre. There's no evidence for it.
It's an airborne disease. Of course it makes a difference.
Why aren't you wearing one now?
Right, can we relax?
We all know Layla Moran of the Liberal Democrats, which is still somehow a political party, still going. Layla almost became the party leader. She almost became the next Joe Swinson, the arrogant, self-entitled who thought that she would be the next prime minister, without understanding the electoral system in this country. But yeah, that's how it is. She was destroyed on Politics Live. The BBC show that nobody really watches anyway, but I have to do it so that you guys don't have to watch it. It was destroyed by Julia Hartley-Brewer of Talk Radio. And on the issues of her hypocrisy, people like Layla and her party, well, not all Lib Dems, but some of the leadership, like the Labour Party, wanted lockdown, wanted to close down schools and everything else. Now she's coming out completely contradicting herself and what she said in the past. On the issue of economy, on the issue of cost of living, everything else. I'm going to show you a collection of the footage that we have from BBC's Politics Live. It's all thanks to the guys like Guido Fawkes for editing this. So definitely watch it. I'm going to come back.
I've not seen anything.
Well, come on, Claire.
In terms of my bottom line.
You don't think higher wages is a good thing? You think that people
in some sectors it wouldn't be
in
necessarily.
a lot of sectors.
But then when that leads to that particular business, for example, not being able to open 2 days a week, as is the case with many pubs in my local area, the overall picture for that industry is not good.
You were happy for pubs to be shut for many months on end, Layla.
That's a
I don't think you've got a leg to
different
stand
argument.
on that. I know that there hasn't been a justification for masks at any point, and it's mask theatre. Layla, I was chatting with you just outside the studio and you weren't wearing a mask at all and we weren't on television. It's a load of nonsense. It's theatre. If people are genuinely concerned, they can wear N95 or above proper medical grade masks. If you are simply wearing a piece of cloth or a bit of blue paper...
so you would be happy then to advocate...
I'm not happy. No, if you're not at high risk, I'm sorry, once you've been vaccinated, I find the strangest thing, the people who are most obsessed with this seem to be the people who don't trust the vaccine. I've been vaccinated. I've had COVID twice. A mask will make no difference whatsoever. It's an absolute load of
I think you've misunderstood how the masks...
The masks don't make any difference. It's theatre. There's no evidence for it.
It's an airborne disease. Of course it makes a difference.
Why aren't you wearing one now?
Right, can we relax?
But also you just have to look at what's happening across the hospitals. I'm getting SOS calls from people on the front line who are overwhelmed. We've got a tenth of teachers are off, and so you've got people who aren't getting the education they deserve because you've got...
It didn't bother you when you voted to close schools for months on end.
No, they never closed, Julia. The teachers went in, and that's why teachers, along with social care workers, have the highest prevalence of long COVID, followed by healthcare workers. Teachers went in.
So hang on
a minute. Of all the nonsense, of all the stupid stuff that Layla Moran said, my issue is the weird hypocrisy of even right now, people like her want coverings, on the tube or in shops or whatever, and they still wanted to yesterday as well, publicly. As Julia points out, why is it okay and safe for her to sit in that studio next to everybody else, no ventilation and no real social distancing? That's fine there, it's safe, right? But if she's somewhere else, for example, if the Lib Dems have conference again, then no, it's not safe. Make up your mind. What are you going to be doing? It's been 2 years, over 2 years now. We have to move on. We have to live with it like anything else we had airborne. And now, you guys are going to have the next local elections coming up in May. Whether it's the Labour Party or the Lib Dems, people are going to wake up, and they're already waking up, and they're going to show their outrage at your the idiocy and the behaviour that you've had and policy programs. So we're going to come back with more news. At 6 p.m, we're going to have another episode of Disrupt, where we disrupt the mainstream media's narrative on the Ukraine brief. On my Tousi, and we are the media.